The Andromedans, How We See Your Mind by KristaEnergeticleigh. The path to enjoying the freedoms of your life have to start from your mind. Each of you need to get clear on what it is you want. Do you want easy, or do you want hard? If you say, I love the challenge, you will get challenged. If you say, my path is straight, you will get an easy answer. It all starts from your mind. Don't let others give you their judgment. It clouds your own judgment. If they say, oh, I hate that show, then you find ways to hate that show. Your mind controls everything. Nothing is happening to you that you are not creating. What story are you telling? Today there is high gas prices, high grocery prices. What is it you are saying in your mind? Man, the prices get higher and higher. Every day. You are creating your reality right there. Take another approach. Say, I am going to look for the best deals. Look how I found a low price. Popping up in front of you will be lower prices. Say, I know a sale will be coming. I am so excited. For sure you will find sale-priced items. People are controlling the prices, but you control if you have to accept that. Do you have to go to the same store you have always gone to? Shop around. Be pleasantly surprised. There is more than one way to do something. If you remain in the right headspace, you will have a different outcome. What affects the masses you will avoid? Just because your neighbor paid double does not mean you will be paying double. Control your thoughts to remain on the positive side. We don't want to hear about economics, or this person, or that. We want you to say, I am finding better solutions that will work for me. We want you to say, I am winning at this game. Perceive what you want, and know how the universe works. The universe will give you what you expect. The next education we want to share with you is regret. Oh, I regret what I said, I regret what I did. We feel all the regret you put out in the universe. Why are you having the regret? Do you think you did something incorrectly? Trust that your actions are on point. If you forget a name, don't beat yourself up. You are not expected to remember everything. Don't feel embarrassed if you can't recall an encounter. Your mind is currently processing more information than it ever has in previous years. There are influences everywhere. You turn and you try to take it all in, but at some point it is going to be overwhelming, and you may do a small error. You have not errored, you are just on overload. Your brain can only process so much at once, and in today's marketing and advertising things are thrown at you in every direction. We tell you this because we see forgetfulness. It is not forgetfulness, it is fatigue. So take your regret and look at it from this angle. My mind is processing more than it has in any other generation, and I am processing it to the best of my ability. Shrug off your shoulders that regret. One other topic we want to mention is TV. If we haven't told you already, we are telling you again. The consuming of TV does not give you the chance to think for yourselves. The advertising is getting stronger. If you have a fatigued mind, you will not analyze what you are watching. It goes in one ear and stays there. You can have a reaction to the advertising, but now your judgment is cloudy. Find other sources of enjoyment. TV is everyone's first choice most often, but it would be at the bottom of our list. It turns the mind to mush. Your brain is too full. Give it space. By going outdoors, enjoying arts, and physical exercise. Our guidance on clearing your mind will help in your ability to process your thoughts and keep positive in today's world. You are playing a game. We are giving you the strategies to win. You will all become masters once you can control your own mind. Our love to you, the Andromedans. Caroline, Oceana, Ryan, Vertical Bar, AscensionTimes. Greetings, dear ones. We are very pleased, as always, to have this time to speak with you today. Particularly as the eclipse energies are still flowing all around the planet absolutely beautifully. And you know, these energies were so welcomed in such an open heart manner, and such a joyful and celebratory manner, by many. millions of people. And not only along the eclipse path but around the world, as people felt intuitively that this was a very beautiful and important moment, and that it was something that would probably not occur again in their lifetime. Now, celestial events, as you are aware, do occur really all the time. And some of them will occur in ways that one can very much feel very clearly, quite viscerally feel in one's body, mind, imagination. Emotions may be a bit of all of that. This event was one of cleansing for the earth. And one might want to say, a vibrational uplift, in the sense that it went into those places in people's hearts, where they tend to mistakenly feel that they're small and rather passive. So it was a very empowering, and also a beautifully awakening, and reminding kind of presence. Because it was reminding people, no, you don't have to be, or feel to be, passive. Not in terms of how your planet is rolling along, and developing, and experiencing life. Not in terms of how humanity is doing. And certainly not in terms of your own individual lives, and that of your loved ones. So basically, dear ones, this was a moment when a new leaf was turned over, a new chapter begun, similar to the new year beginning. And yet it wasn't so much a calendar new year, but a beautiful, wide-open, light-filled portal that beckoned to everyone who would love to experience a moment of joy and a moment of amazement. And in the moment that one sees, in a photograph, the moon is passing across the face of the sun, not because it's very near the sun, but because it's so much closer to Earth, and the sun is, even though it's so much smaller in that moment, one realizes there are no mistakes. There are no accidental moments. Because if the moon, though it's very far from the Earth and very far from the sun, knows how to cover the light of the sun and bring a moment of quiet of yin as opposed to the yang of the sun's brilliance. If the moon knows how to do that in whatever form it may be in now, and if it was placed in a particular way, a particular movement, along with all of the revolving and rotating of all the heavenly presences, then probably nothing is accidental. April 8, 2024 Total Solar Eclipse Photo courtesy of rainbow.net. Probably, one can say, I'm on this earth for a beautiful reason, even if I haven't discovered all of it yet. One could say, I'm on this earth at this time for a huge reason. And indeed, all of you are here for a huge, beautiful reason. And that reason is becoming clearer and clearer every single day. You're gaining an understanding of your soul mission, what you came in to learn, how you came in to grow, and to heal from other lives you've lived on this and other timelines. You came in with an earth mission, a beautiful purpose, of planting just an absolute ton of light into the earth, and particularly for certain issues, each of you having a particular mission that you and your soul family are pursuing. And you came in to recognize and to realize the importance of portals, such as what you have been in for a number of days now, and are still in. Just because the eclipse finished doesn't mean you are not still traveling. Of course, all of you are. And the beautiful thing is, not only are you moving into a place where you are coming to understand increasingly why you're on the earth, why you're here at this time specifically, what it is you're meant to heal, what it is you're meant to create, and what it is you're meant to realize, and reclaim, and remember, about your beautiful capabilities in the world of energy. You are not only learning all of that, but you're learning something new. And that is a new form of empowerment on a soul level that you never expected to experience in other lives. In other lives, you were either in a higher dimensional situation, in which you clearly remembered who you were and why you were on the earth. You stayed as long as you wished, and then you stepped out of the body when you were done. There was no death because it was a higher dimensional reality. Or you were in this slow third-dimensional reality, and not quite sure why you came in, and finding it hard to remember, not always knowing that you were in a position to remember or that you'd come in for specific purposes. You just pushed your way through life and all your challenges and hard issues, then found yourself on the other side back home again. And thought, oh, I'm going to have to go back, because I didn't really solve that much that I went in to solve. And in this life, dear ones, there is a big difference. It's not just the purpose of ascending, it's the living of ascending. It's the fact that you were born in 3D, but now find yourself in 5D. So that when these special portals open for you, when you step into these moments of new heightened awareness of who you are, and everything feels a bit more real, and colors and textures are more real, and brighter, and more fulfilling in some way. April 8, 2024 Total Solar Eclipse Photo courtesy of rainbow.net. They carry a stronger effect, one might say. And you've come into that, and you're realizing, I am more in my body now, not less. Even though I'm moving into a higher vibrational reality, I'm more on the earth now, not less. Even though I have long objected to the struggle that humanity experiences in a 3D earth life, as we move into 5D, I am asking, utterly requiring of the universe, that I become an example of someone who has chosen to learn not through struggle, not through dark challenges, but through joyful challenges, or just through joy and laughter. And there are those, such as our writers co-host on the radio show A Night at the Round Table Omina McGee, who decided long ago, I want the learning to be fun. I want there to be something funny about it. So she wants to laugh her way to learning. And all of you as well, it looks to us, have sort of thrown in the towel on learning in painful ways. Struggling, suffering, being the one persecuted, misunderstood or maligned, and put into a situation of feeling that you're compartmentalized. You're a little bit strange, and you belong over there on the fringe, and we're going to just marginalize you, or ignore you, or maybe even vilify you. All of you have come through many lives in which that was true for you, because you are all beautifully sensitive and aware, and so powerful in energy. Not outwardly, perhaps you don't have billions of dollars or pounds or euros, or what have you. And you don't have huge houses, and you don't run huge corporations. But you're still very powerful. And everyone knows it. When they meet you, they think quietly, inwardly on some very deep level, here's a true wizard of the higher order. Here's a true representative of Earth, of the higher realms. And perhaps some people haven't known what to do with that. But you are all moving out of that space, of feeling kind of funny, feeling kind of odd, feeling a bit misplaced, calling yourself star seeds, or light bringer, or whatever it is you wish to call yourself, in the sense of, I don't flow with the usual patterns, I don't go with the usual crowds, I feel and think differently. And now, lo and behold, because of portals you have been passing through for the last week or more, and will continue to pass through in these next few days or weeks, because of those moments, because of the decisions you made before you were incarnated, you are moving out of this marginalized base. And you are saying, actually, I'm at the head of the crowd. Actually, I'm a bit of a way shower. I'm light upon the path. And many of you have already known this, but maybe you haven't celebrated it completely, and we do absolutely encourage you to do so now. We encourage you to turn toward the vibration of the inclusive universal oneness and divine love, as being your natural, perfect, beautiful state of being. Your everyday, average, this is just another beautiful day on the earth state of being. We encourage you to look upon yourselves as star seeds, as light bearers, one who came in at a particular time for a beautiful reason. And the numbers don't matter. It doesn't matter if you're in the minority anymore. None of that matters. You've crossed that threshold, dear ones. You're moving so powerfully into the age of Aquarius that you're simply a little bit out ahead. You're not different. You're not off to one side. You're not suspect. You're not illegal and unauthorized in any way. You are the light by which others know, yes, that's the path. I trust this one, because they've got so much beautiful love in their presence. I trust this person I just met, because they are so at peace. And even though some days I'm seeing them kind of struggling like anyone would, even though some days I'm seeing going through something difficult, I notice that they don't resonate with that and their default vibration. I notice that they flow very easily. As quickly as they can, they regain the joy. As quickly as they can, they find something wonderful to laugh about, or a beautiful piece of music to listen to. And they again rejoin the great dance of this cosmos, and this universe, as it accepts these beautiful sparkling golden light particles flowing to the earth. Sentient, holding a tonal vibration that your soul resonates with, and moving you more swiftly than you could believe into a more conscious and higher vibrational path of understanding why you're here, and why this was an important moment. So instead of struggling against your sensitivity and carrying it as a very great heavy weight, dear ones, instead of carrying your soul mission as an annoyance, which is understandable, many of you came in with quite tall order. And instead of carrying your earth mission as something you're not quite sure of, but it's awfully heavy to carry, instead of all that, dear ones, you've now got a much lighter pack on your shoulder. It's something that's just vibrating with this beautiful tonal frequency that reminds you of the angelic voices of your loved ones and of those of the higher realms. And one might say, you've all come forward over the past few months in this new year. You've all come forward from feeling that, yes, okay, I'm a light bearer, but it's an awful lot to bear. A lot to drag behind me, all this wounding that I have to heal, and the wounding of the earth as well that I'm concerned about. And you've all come out now of this feeling of, it's almost like a shadow, it's almost like hiding. I had to hide in order to avoid persecution or execution in other lives, and it's just difficult. And you've just released that heavy cloak that you've been wearing. You've just thrown it off to one side, and watched it evaporate into the air. And what you have around you now, dear ones, is a sparkling, brilliant light of absolute joy, pure joy, such as your soul has desired for you to carry since you were born. Since the moment you came out of the womb. You came into this earth with a little bit of a shock at how low the vibration is, and yet determined, absolutely determined, to find your path and walk in the joy. And now that is exactly what you are all beginning to do. And we are thrilled for you, dear ones. Now we're going to quickly ask all of the higher selves of all those listening now and on replay, and if they will step forward, please. To the higher selves, namaste, dear ones. If you've got a message for these dear ones who are your representation of your spirit, your soul essence, upon the earth, please do share that right now. We're just going to listen for a moment. Pause. Listening, all right, yes. Relaying their message. There have been breakthroughs recently, in terms of what's going on the earth, in terms of galactic connection and intervention. It just moved up to a higher level with these beautiful energies flowing in. And that was from the heart opening, the permission given by humanity from the heart opening of that total solar eclipse, and the energies coming up through it and following it, and as well as the eclipse itself. There's been increased cooperation amongst the galactic civilizations, so as to assist Earth. More of them showing up on the earth, which you are probably already knew about, but that's only going to increase now. They will be showing up in your skies to an extent, so that it becomes impossible after a while for your mainstream media even, which is highly restricted and utterly entrained to dark purposes too often, that even for them, it will be impossible to ignore and to not report upon. And even if they refuse, the private forms of communication will be spreading the news far and wide. Now, in addition to that, the Earth herself has moved to a higher level vibrationally, so that she's more demonstrative of the fifth dimension, and more obviously involved in such. So it may seem as if things are pretty much the way they were, but they are not. And you've just been through a major shift, after which everything has shifted and changed. And we want you to be assured of that. Dear ones, we want you to be assured of the fact that your life now is going to follow a higher level of expression, and it's going to demonstrate in higher ways. And for those who think, yes, but I still owe money, or I've still got this or that to fix, or the roof needs to be replaced, or whatever it is, raising the children, etc. I need another job, on and on. Whatever it is, health issues, aging parents, whatever it is you're dealing with it now on a higher level. And if you wish that to be your reality, just say yes out loud right now. Just say yes, thank you, higher level path. I accept. I celebrate. I give thanks. However you want to face that. Just say yes to all of that beautiful light pouring in. And know that you are not alone in any of this, dear ones. The point being that from this shift, accept the changes coming to each person, as an individual, alright? Accept the changes coming to each of you in some beautiful way that is going to move you to a higher level. So you choose where do you want to move to in a higher level of your life. What area of your life? It will affect everything. But particularly, look at the things that you have thought to be difficult. Particularly look at the things that you have held in the problem or the challenge category. And consider that you don't have to do that anymore. And if your mind comes up with the old pattern, saying, well look, this has always been a problem, so don't expect it to clear up. You even wrote that into your chart. Just say to it, well, I'm changing my life chart, as a matter of fact. And this area is easy for me now. Good health is easy for me now. Finance and abundance is easy for me now. Finding the right partner, finding wonderful friends, doing work that's wonderfully fulfilling. Being of wonderful use to others, and yet being utterly kind and supportive of myself, all of that is easy now. It's just going to flow. I don't accept that I have to feel out of place, or angry, or lost, or anything like it. Alright, dear ones. This is all. This is all you have to accept, that light is so bright in your life now, that you've got a whole new level of empowerment that you didn't even know was possible before you, and you might feel like a new person, or a different person some days. You're actually just becoming who you really are. So we send much love, dear ones. And many blessings. And so many thanks. Because if you were not here anchoring all of this beautiful light, there would just be such a gaping open place, not exactly a hole, but a bit of a void. And if there was a void, ever, it's being filled now with all of your heart-based joy, and your fulfillment, and your certainty. As you walk on this earth, you can say, I am certain that we are in the fifth dimension, and it's all beginning to show right now. So we send so much love, and many blessings, dear ones. Namaste.